If you've ever seen a pop-up like the one shown here, telling you that you're infected and it doesn't resemble the antivirus program that you're currently using, then you've been infected by what is known as a fake antivirus program or a rogue virus. You may even be asked to register it by giving them your credit card number to purchase the software. Whatever you do, do not type in your credit card number. Today we'll demonstrate how to remove this type of infection. So what we're going to do today is we're going to download a program called Malware Bytes. It is the best program I've seen as far as getting rid of these type of infections. What I'll do is do a search for Malware Bytes. It's MALWAREBYTES. And then you could go to malwarebytes.org and download the free version, but it'll just redirect you to a site. So I prefer going to the download.cnet.com site, which is usually the second or third search result that comes up when you do a search for it. And then you'll see Malware Bytes anti-malware. The most recent version is 1.46. So you'll click download now. And then assuming what internet browser you're using, I'm using Internet Explorer, as you can see. You may get a message that it's trying to download, so you want to go and let it download. And I would recommend saving this, and you can either save to your desktop or save to a flash drive. Like if you're on a computer that's really badly infected that you can't even get to the internet, may be beneficial to use another computer and then just download it to a flash drive. That way you can install it from the flash drive. Okay, once it's done, you can go and run it. Then it'll give you a language option, which could go with English. And go next. You have to accept the agreement. Go next. And then depending on if you're installing it from a flash drive or if you save it to your desktop, you may need to change where you're changing it to where you're installing it to. So just go through the next options and then click install, and then I'll start the installation process. And then it'll have check mark next to update Malware Bytes anti-malware, and then launch Malware Bytes anti-malware. And it is really important to update Malware Bytes because there's new infections coming out every day, and they have to continuously update their virus definitions. As you can see, the database was successfully updated from version 4052 to 4447. Okay, now if you've already have Malware Bytes installed on your computer and you haven't done a scan for a while, you need to do an update, you can click on the Update tab and then click on Check for Updates, and it'll tell you you have the latest version if you've updated recently enough. And then it's usually beneficial to boot into safe mode to do the scan, because sometimes the infection will prevent you from either running it, or sometimes it'll just be more effective at removing the infection if you're in safe mode. So what I'm going to do is restart the computer right now. Okay, as soon as your computer comes back on, you see the Dell screen, you want to hit F8 right away, unless you have a dual boot like we have here. Since we do have a dual boot, we'll go and choose earlier version of Windows, and then you want to hit the F8 key as soon as you get to there. Now we have our options. We can do safe mode or safe mode with networking. I'm going to go in with safe mode with networking. And for those of you who are not familiar with safe mode, basically you're just going to see a black screen, your desktop image will not be there. It'll say safe mode on the top, as you can see. Your resolution will be different. The icons will be a lot bigger. Okay, now that we're in safe mode, I'm going to go and start a scan with Malware Bytes. Okay, and your options are you could do a quick scan or a full scan or a flash scan. Now with the free version of Malware Bytes, the flash scan is not available, but I'd recommend going with the full scan. That way you can make sure you get rid of every infection that's on your computer. And then you see the drives listed. Obviously you want to do all of your hard drives, whether they be internal or external. So go ahead and make sure the check mark's next to those and start on the scan. Now, depending on the size of your hard drives and how many files you got, this scan could take potentially up to a half hour to even an hour. I've seen it take longer than an hour, so you're just going to have to be patient, let it do its thing, and just let it go. And see right here where it says objects infected, once it finds an infected object, it'll go red, and then it'll have the number that's found so far. Okay, when you get this log file pop up, that'll usually open up a notepad. It means your scan has been completed. It'll have objects infected and everything like that. I usually don't take a look at this unless you're want to learn more about the infections that you have. You could just go and close this. And as of right here, this computer has not found any infections, so go and click OK. Now this is just an image of what it would look like if you have found any infections. So you can see objects infected 1. So what you do here is click on Show Results. After you hit Show Results, it'll have a list of the different infections you have, what type. This one shows here has 5 different Trojans, actually 6 different Trojans. If you want to learn a little more about them, you can look them up online. Otherwise, just go and click Remove Selected, and it should remove them all, no problem. You may have to restart your computer after that, but your computer should be back to normal. So there was my demonstration on how to use Malware Bytes. As I said earlier, this is the best application I've seen as far as removing these types of infections. However, I have seen computers that have been so badly infected that even Malware Bytes can't fix them. If this is the case, then I would recommend formatting your hard drive and reinstalling your operating system. I hope that you have all your files backed up. That's all I have for now. Have a good day and safe computing.